Gypsy Rose Blanchard gets out on December 28th. My name is Pearl. Welcome to Little Scary Stories. Come on in, Pearlies. Let's talk about people. And by people, I mean Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her mother, Day Day. Okay. All right, guys. God, I sound bad. I have a head cold again. Or maybe it's because I just woke up. It's after Christmas, guys. Cut me some slack. So Dee Dee comes out on December 28th. And we all know, I'm sorry, not freaking Dee Dee. Dee Dee has died. Gypsy Rose Blanchard goes out into the real world on December 28th. Now, we know that she suffered at the hands of Dee Dee. Medical abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. Dee Dee had her diagnosed with practically everything. From slowness to cancer to eating problems to retardation, you name it, Dee Dee found a way to diagnose this child with it. The medical system failed this child. How they could just take a look at a child that was perfectly healthy and say, yeah, this child has leukemia is beyond me. How is that even humanly possible? Doctors, wake the fuck up. Anyway, time goes on and Gypsy Rose grows up, right? She starts to realize, hey, I can actually walk. You know, she starts to question Dee Dee and finds out probably her real birth certificate. Maybe she realizes that she's not as young as Dee Dee says she is, you know. She secretly goes online into Christian dating sites, finds a boyfriend, Nicholas Goated John. They get into a very weird and bizarre relationship. Kinkiness is involved. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway, she tells him of the treatment that Dee Dee has given her throughout her whole life. And she asks him to unalive Dee Dee for her. Nicholas says, sure. He goes over, stabs the woman multiple times. She had a horrendous death, let me put it that way. And all the while, Gypsy Rose awaits in the bathroom. And then there were some actual things going on there. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. Time passes. They mail the murder weapon to Nicholas Goated John's home. And then, you know, on Facebook, okay, Gypsy writes, the bitch is dead. Well, of course, the police trace the IP address to Nicholas Goated John's home, and they both get arrested. And here's where it gets really bizarre. Gypsy only got 10 years, and they really didn't want to give Gypsy any time at all. But Nicholas Goated John, who, by the way, has autism according to his mother, an autistic man, Nicholas Goated John, got a life prison sentence. Life, no possibility of parole. Now, I understand the horrendous abuse that Gypsy went through. Where was her father during all of this? Where was Gypsy's father? I'm sure the father says, well, Dee Dee never let me see Gypsy, or Dee Dee this, or Dee Dee that. No, take some responsibility, mister. Why didn't you check in on your daughter? Why did you not ever once check in on your daughter? Where are the explanations to that? I'm sure he's mentioned something. You failed that child. And now he's trying to make up for it, you know, when she gets out of prison. He's trying to support her and all of that. And that's great. It's never too late to make up for lost time. Absolutely. But regardless of what Dee Dee may have told the father, he should have checked in on his daughter, regardless of what the mother told him. He shouldn't have just taken her word for it. When the father called on Gypsy Rose's 18th birthday, Dee Dee told him, well, she doesn't know she's 18. Don't tell her she's 18. He's like, wouldn't that be a red flag? You know, Gypsy said she's slow. She has the, you know, intelligence of a 7-year-old or 8-year-old or whatever. Wouldn't that have been a red flag for the father? You know, I would have immediately gone to check on my daughter, but that's just me. So let's move on. Let's move on. And this is where my opinion is going to be very unpopular. But this is a concern. And I'm just curious. I'm not saying it's the actuality of it, but I'm curious. Gypsy Rose was raised by a manipulative, mentally ill woman. How much of that rubbed off on Gypsy? Did Dee Dee teach Gypsy to be manipulative in order to get what she wants? Because I've seen many documentaries, and in a lot of the miniseries, they also suggested that Dee Dee could have possibly taught Gypsy Rose Blanchard how to be manipulative to get what she wants. She talks in that little girl voice. She, is pushing the innocence to the highest degree. How much of that is real and how much of that is fake? Did her time in prison erase all the manipulation that Dee Dee put on Gypsy? Could Gypsy now really be rehabilitated and live a normal life? But here's the problem. Fame is coming into the picture. This girl is famous worldwide. This case has blown up because there's been too many series. There's been 5 or 6 documentaries. There's been a lot of documentaries, a lot of talk of this case because it was so bizarre at the time. So this girl is absolutely famous. She's going to become I would say she's going to reach a few million followers the second she gets online. She already has opened accounts. I think she has an Instagram. She has a TikTok. I don't think she has a YouTube channel, but I know that she has a lot of interviews already set up, and she's got a book coming out. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up for her in the future. Now, is she allowed to benefit from the crime? I don't know. If she's got a book coming out, she's still allowed to tell her own personal story. I would assume that's okay. But yeah, there's a lot of good things ahead for her. She's married now. She has her family's support. But is she able to physically handle all that fame coming at her all at once? Or is it going to be too much for her? Because I think her family set up these accounts before she got out of prison. So she's ready. And what is she going to do? Is she going to be a public speaker? I think she is going to try and be some sort of public speaker and maybe help other people with Munchausen by proxy or other victims of abuse. I think that would be really good for her. But I'm concerned that she's not ready for all that fame that's about to hit her face on. What do you guys think about all of this? And what about Nicholas Godejohn? Does she even think about him? Is it fair for him to get the life sentence? My name is Pearl. This is Little Scary Stories. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Oh, my nose is stuffed. Hit the notification bell because you don't want to miss out. Hit the like button because it helps my channel. Plus, it lets me know you care. And this particular channel is raw, unedited. I said what I said. I don't go back and edit. I talk and I hit record and then I hit post. So I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys next time.